Alright, so we're seeing that when they don't hit, they just fold. So I have a feeling that you're going to make your money on full tilt at 10 no limit 6 max when you've hit a good hand and your opponent has just simply hit the flop. And they're just not going to fold. So keep that in mind. I have a feeling I'm getting an inkling that that's where things are headed. Alright, king queen. Definitely making our raise to 4 times. And so on the other table, what happened here was this guy min raised, and I hit my set. Now I'm not going to bet into him. You don't want to do that. That's donk bet. Donk bet's when you bet into someone who raised pre-flop. It's just not a smart move if you have a hand or you don't. Unfortunately, checks behind. Fortunately, the flush comes, and I have a boat. So no one's shown any strength. At this point, it's okay to bet, and I'm just going to throw like 40 cents out there and just... We're just waiting for this guy here. He makes a call. So we got $1.36, and we definitely want to at least bet the pot here. So we'll just go ahead and pot it. And hopefully he just comes over the top. And I mean, if he has a better boat, like, fine, but I think he just folded. Yeah, and he just folded. So I certainly didn't slow play my set, but I didn't donk bet at the same time either. Just kind of unfortunately I didn't get paid more, but hey, that's the way it goes. Okay, we've got our first big hand here, so we're just going to pop it up as normal. You always want to make sure your bet sizes are consistent. The only time that might change is there's some merit into the theory of just raising 3 times the big blind when you're on the button and you're just trying to steal, even if you have great cards or not. But you know, you're just starting out or whatever, just keep it 4. And here we get 3-bet. This guy's 3-betting 8% of the time, which we're way ahead of, but we're out of position. So what we can do is either 4-bet and really see where we are in the hand, which I'm going to do, or we could have called and just kind of hope to hit an ace of king or the flop, and we're just kind of coin flipping there. So at this point, he's got to be like, okay, this guy definitely has aces, kings, or ace king, maybe queens. He flat calls, and the board kind of bricks off, probably for both of us. So I'm going to c-bet $4, and either he's going to shove this or go away. There's no two ways about it. And there was some merit there just to shove. And we have some backdoor outs here, just in case. But he's in the tank, and I think he's going to let it go. So there you go. There's a big 3-bet, well, actually a 4-bet pot, kind of how you should play it, with some aggression against someone who might have had, he probably had ace-king, I'm guessing, at this point. So I don't think aces or kings would have folded in that position. And I think if they had them, they would have just shoved over the top and made pre-flop. So having that knowledge is basically a really good way to play that hand. Here we are with ace queen, good position, and we'll just be making our same kind of raise here. I'll do the 3 times because that's normally what I do on the button in this situation when it's been folded around. And this has been very consistent. I've actually, if you look at my steal number, which is about to go up to probably 38%, I've just been banging on these guys. And you look here, they just keep folding their blinds every time. So I'm going to keep stealing until they give me a reason not to, and that includes 7-2 offsuit or ace-queen. Alright, picked up the ladies, and we'll be making a 3-bet here to 130. Basically 3 times this plus 1 big blind. So let's bring that over. Fold this, get our other table back. Against this guy, he's a 41-29 with a 29% 3-bet. So again, maybe this is just me walking into a horrible, horrible cooler, but we'll see. And it is. So at least I have documented proof that I run horrible. Right? Right.
Yeah, when an absolute loose maniac like that comes up with a hand and you've got something, I mean, it's just a really unfortunate situation. So that's the way it goes. So this time we'll play queen queen and hopefully not lose another stack. It's been a tough little video here, and this time we just take down 15 cents. It looks like it's just going to be one of those sessions, and I guess my saving grace is that I'm not playing at actually some of my usual stakes. I can swallow losing 20 bucks pretty easy, but if this is 200 or 400 bucks, might be a different tune here. So it's just gonna happen. You're gonna go through stuff like this, and I'm sure some people are gonna be like, you know, what are you doing, shoving queen queen pre-flop? And the answer is I made a great play against a maniac who happened to have an unbelievable hand. If you look at him now, he's still 39-26 with a 20% 3-bet. He's still throwing his money all over the table. And a guy like this, you know, you definitely get it in with queens. So the ace hand where I hit the top pair and had the nut flush draw, thought I was at least in a coin flip situation. Turns out I was a 65-35 dog. But again, it's not too bad getting it in there, especially he didn't even have a full stack. So it's really been the story of those two hands. So, you know, just hang in there. Hopefully it turns around. And just keep a nice even keel mental state and wait for the better and best opportunity to come along to make some money. Okay, so one of those opportunities, maybe to make some more money, has presented itself. Nope. And if you missed that, I had ace-ace on the big blind with no small blind posting because he left, and everyone folded. So I broke completely even. Like no hand existed there. I didn't even pick up a small blind. So that's just the story of my week poker-wise, unfortunately. So I'm gonna flat this. No, I'm not gonna flat this. Although I got the 10-1 odds to call here. You know, someone 3-bets, and he doesn't even have a full stack, so it's like, it's just not a great opportunity. I'll just let it go, especially with the fours. So, but yeah, I mean, it just looks like it's one of those sessions. If I have a hand or a good stacking situation, I'm just on the wrong end, and when I do have a big hand like ace-ace, I actually get an unprecedented, completely free walk. So those are actually pretty rare. At least usually you pick up a small blind. That's the way it goes. And isn't this familiar? We have our maniac here, and he's betting into us again. And once again, we have queen. So, hey, I said it was the right move, and if it's the right move, I got to do it again, right? So, and sure enough, he just... Okay, we'll be taking a look at our last hand here. I picked up king king, and I fully expect to make a standard raise here and have everyone fold. That would be very appropriate. And, you know, shouldn't let it get to me. Just making the right play. And that's really the only thing you should ever ask. Did I make the right play? Yes or no? And if it's yes, great. And that's what happens. And, I mean, this used to tilt me. I'd be like, oh, why am I get big pre-flop hands and I get nothing with it. And I hit a set and I didn't get anything with it. And then the rest of the way, I'm just card dead. And, that stupid queen-queen hand. But, I mean, there's no point. You're just taking hands away from yourself because you're going to tilt and you're going to have to step away, or you're just going to lose. So either way, it's unprofitable. You got to put it behind you. There's breathing exercises you can do, and ideally at some point that, you know, the money just becomes a little objective and you don't take it personally, and you fight through it. So maybe the 9-9 here we'll play, and maybe I'll get 3-bet and just fold. I don't know. We're going to find out right now. And that's it. So, I mean, that's going to be it. Going to call it a session here. But appreciate you tuning in. This is actually pretty interesting. Started out one way, ended up another. But hopefully you learned a little bit about 6-max, a little bit about how to deal with tough situations, and we all learned a little bit about 10 to limit 6-max. This is Sean for TightPoker.com.